welcome back everybody to the Camping Life with Tim, and I'm glad you could join me. We're getting ready to go to a new park. We just finished up the Purtis Creek State Park just outside of Eustis, Texas. Our next stop is going to be the Tyler State Park, just north of Tyler, Texas. It's more in, I guess you could say, the hill country. A lot of tall pine trees, some mountains, little hills going up and down, so it's a pretty good sized park as well. I know it is beautiful. There is a lot to do there. There are a lot of trails that are just awesome to hike on. They got a lot of activities, quite a few campsites there, and we're going to be going over a lot of that information in these upcoming videos. Trying to give you some information on some of the best campsites, what the trails are kind of like, things that you can do there while you're at the park, whether it's come up and just spend a day up there with the family, having a cookout, swimming, renting one of the canoes, boats, to go out on the lake, paddle around. Hey, who knows? Maybe you're into fishing. There's some good fishing spots at this place also. So, these series that I'm doing on these parks, I know they might seem like there's a lot of them involved in it, but hey, I can't get it all done in one video because, well, let's just put it this way, it would be a movie. So, I have to break it down into kind of a series, several different parts to it where we can, cover all the bases of the park. So, hopefully you'll, enjoy the videos that I am putting out. Excuse me. If you haven't watched the first series on the Purtis Creek State Park, now I'm going to tell you, this is kind of a new ball game to me because I'm so used to doing paranormal investigation where I'm in one spot and we do our thing, so I'm kind of used to doing those type of videos. But this being a new channel, which hey, subscribe to my channel. I like to have some fans enjoy these videos. It's something I think people need to get out and do more of. But anyway, subscribe to that channel because I think you will enjoy them. Anyways, go back and check out those videos, at the Purtis Creek State Park. See how it all started, what got me into, starting up this new channel. They're kind of interesting, but I hope they're going to get a lot better because I think you will enjoy them. Anyways, share with others. I'd love for them to come and hopefully they'll enjoy our videos and maybe it'll be helpful in some of the information that we are putting out. Possibly get you want to go and spend a day at the park with your family, friends, or even go out by yourself. It'll help you out being able to choose maybe one of the better campsites that you can reserve when you come to spend the weekend or a couple nights. I do know that if you have the park pass, hey, that can be a benefit, because you do get discounts, when you go into like the store there at the park. You'll get a discount on what you purchase, as well as if you spend more than one night, 2 nights, 3 nights, you'll get a discount on the second night that you're there. It also has other discounts in there that we'll kind of go over those as we go through these parks because they're all going to be a little bit different, compared to whether you're just walking on the flat ground on the trails or whether you're going to be doing some going up and down hills, so it's all going to be different. Each park is kind of unique in its own way. Anyways, I hope you're going to enjoy them. Hey, if you've been to one of these parks or been to a park and had an awesome day while you were there by yourself or with family or friends, hey, leave me a comment and let me know what your visit was like, some of the things you enjoyed about the park. Also, if you would please smash that like button for me. That just kind of lets me know that you are watching the videos, and hopefully you are enjoying them, because I think it's something more people need to do. Get out and have fun. Get away from that everyday work life, that city noise, kind of the stress that you go through on your daily schedule, routine. Go out there and kind of relax, enjoy nature. Even check out some of the wildlife that you're going to possibly cross paths with what you out there on the trails. There are plenty of them out there. I know that from being at Purchase Creek Park, and even when I went up to visit the Tyler State Park, doing basically a drive-through, saw a lot of wildlife. If you have children, oh, they're going to enjoy that for sure. So, anyways, this is just kind of basic, an intro to the Tyler State Park, and like I say, there's going to be several videos. It's going to cover a lot of information, so hopefully you'll join us, and who knows, maybe we'll see you at one of these parks. So let's go ahead and check out this new park, Tyler State Park, day one. Let's go over a little information on Tyler State Park. The park was purchased by the state, and it consists of around 986 acres in Smith County, and it's on a 64-acre spring-fed lake, for fishing, swimming, boating, and it also has over 13 miles of hiking trails. Now the CCC basically is the crew that came in there to develop the park, putting in the trails, the buildings, the shelters, the cabins, as well as the pavilions. I guess kind of a I don't know, dance hall or clubhouse, in these piney woods. Now, there are, like I say, about 13 miles of trails. A lot of them are up and down hills. Some of them are around the lake, which is somewhat level, but it can be a little challenging here and there because of the roots from the trees that are growing up out of the ground, rocks, some of where the ground is kind of washed away from the trail, so you have little ruts and ditches that you got to kind of navigate. I do know that a lot of the trees, the pine trees that are there, they're over 100 foot tall. Alright, the CCC came in to develop the park in around 1933, where they had, I don't know if you know any information on the CCC, but that was something that President Roosevelt created while he was in office, and it consisted of young men between the ages of 17 and 25. Basically, I guess they were out of work or didn't have a job, so it kind of provided jobs for them where they go in and work on this park. Now, they didn't really get a whole lot of money while they were working at these parks. They were only getting $30 a month, which 25 of that was going to their families back home. But they were being fed, housed, and learning the skill of a trade while they were there working. Of course, they had medical any kind of medical expenses, that was also covered. What company it was that worked on the park, but they did work on the park between 1935 and 1941, which is about when the park opened up for the public. You know, between putting in bridges around the park, you know, benches, and like I say, the buildings. Yeah, it doesn't really give me any information on what company had constructed this park. So, you know, hopefully in one of my videos, but I'll be able to find out more information there. So, you know, but that kind of gives you a basic idea. I do know that you know, that used to be farmland that was there, so a lot of the trees and everything were cut down before the state had purchased the park, the land. And you know, when the CCC came in, one of their main jobs was to plant a lot of trees, because the hills were, you know, kind of washing out, so they wanted to kind of keep that from happening. They built a dam to fill the, you know, the lake there, as well as you know, kind of bring it back to its natural beauty. So there was a lot of work involved in you know, fixing this park up to where the public would be able to come in and enjoy. So, you know, any more information I can gather on you know, this park, you know, some of the development of it, or the people involved, I will include that in some of my other videos. Alright, we're going to take a look at the park map and the trail map. When you come into the park, be sure that you ask for a park map and a trail map. It'll help you locate the different areas and give you an idea of where you're going and where the trails are. I'll use my little pointer here. Entering the park, you'll enter off of FM 14, which is about 3 miles north of I-20 at Tyler, Texas. And you'll come back in, maybe a half a mile, give or take, and you'll come to the new park headquarters. They just built this about a year or so ago, and it's a lot bigger than what the original structure was. More parking area. The building is a lot bigger, and it has a lot of information on the inside, so be sure to stop and go inside and check out some of the history that they have in there. They also have restrooms there, and you know, it's a very nice structure that they built. Once you get your pass and enter the park, you can loop back around to the lower side, and there's more parking area there, or you can go straight on through to the stop sign. And if you make a right, you will go back around the upper side of the park. If you make a left, you'll come down just a little bit and make another right, which will go down around the lower side of the park. We're going to go around the upper side. So once you come through the gate, make your left or make your right there, and you'll go just a little ways, and there will be a little entry going off to the right. That is the Cedar Point campsite. That is for trailers as well as tents. Some of them are pull through, some are back in. There are restrooms in this site, and I will give more information on what hookups are at each one of the sites in upcoming videos. But there are several spots in here that you can choose from, and of course when we do a video on the different sites showing, you know, what we believe might be good sites to try to make reservations for when you want to come camp out, that information will be in those videos. Once you come back out of that first little site there, you'll make a right and you'll follow on the main road, and you'll come just a little ways, and on the left side there'll be a little area. It's called Post Oak Picnic Area. Now this area is by reservation only. It's basically for families or groups that come in and want to have a picnic or a cookout, and you have a pretty good view of a lot of the terrain, you know, around that area. Keep on going down and you'll get to a point that if you bear to the left, it'll go down into the day use area, which is right here along the edge of the lake. Down in here you will find restrooms, you will find a swimming area, you'll find a park store, as well as a boat rentals. All down along this side, if you come on back down around, there's plenty of parking spaces down through here. This is a day use area where there'll be a lot of picnic tables, barbecue grills, and access to be able to get to the lake as well as the lake shore trail. The store, it does have quite a bit in there, and I will have a video to show you a little bit of what they offer inside the store. You'll see some information on the boat rentals, and you'll get to see the swimming area as well as a lot of the picnic area here in the day use area. Come on back out of there and you'll kind of make off to the left here. It'll go back up around and you'll come to a non-wooded picnic pavilion that'll be on the right. If you keep on going up across the dam, you'll come to a little area on the left. It is the boat dock area. That's where if you bring your own boat, you can launch your boat into the lake right here. Continue on around, you'll come to the next little trailer site or camping site, which is Lake View, and it's got mostly back-end sites. It does have a few pull-through sites. You can also acceptable to setting up tents in this site as well. Come on out, and if you come down just a little bit farther, you'll come into the next site, and it is called the Big Pine Camp Area. This is trailers only. No tents are allowed in this area, and these are all pull-full sites. And like I say, I will give information on whether it's full service or whether it's just electric and water, whether it's 20, 30, 50 amp or just 20, 30 amp, or if they're just water, electric, or water only, or it's just basically almost primitive. You come on out and all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to have to tip my camera here a little bit, but you get down here on this lower side. See if I can do it without dropping my camera. Down in this area here, it's called the Blackjack. I think it's called Blackjack Savannah, which is a multi-use area. It's a little circle in here where you can back like a small RV or trailer in. It's not big enough for big rigs, but you can get smaller camping vehicles in this area. Does have electric, does have water. There are picnic tables in here. I'm not sure whether you can set up any tents in this area. I'll have to find out more information on that. But it's almost like a, I don't know if it's an overflow area for camping in this area. There's probably about maybe 15 spaces in here that you can hook up to. I'm not sure whether you can pitch tents in here. I will check that information out, and that will be in upcoming videos as well. You come back out and you move on around and you come back up into this area. There is another day use area. It's a south side day use area. It's kind of up on the hill, but you have a good view looking out over top of the lake. They have picnic tables, barbecue grills up in there, so that is another nice site to go have a picnic with your friends or family. Also, in this one little upper area, which is basically the high point of the park, it's a CC overlook. I can't remember whether you have a very good view of the lake from up here, but you can see some of the surrounding wooded areas, see the train where it's going down into the ravines and back up the other side. It's a nice little area to check out. Come on back out and on around this lower side here, and there are 4 sites down here. These are all tent camping sites only. Doesn't have any electric. It's all just water. I have seen small RVs or small camper trailers that have been in these sites down here, but like I say, you don't have any electric. It's just only water. And there's 4 sites down here. You got your Dogwood Ridge camp area, you got your Red Oak camp area, you got your Hickory Hollow camp area, and you got your Sumac camp area. These are nice little tent areas down in here, and you have access to the shoreline trail as well as the lake. And I can say that all around this lake there are several spots that you can do fishing. There's little clearings where you can do some fishing. So you know, there's definitely some nice spots to go fishing around this lake. Come on out and start back up this other side. Off in this little area here, this is all your screened in shelters. There are several of them in here. I do believe that you can set up a tent in here, but I'll double check on that just to make sure that you'll see in upcoming videos. On the opposite side over here is the cabins. There are only 6 of them, and you cannot set up tents over in this area. And I do know for all the structures like your park entrance, your park store, the screen-in shelters, as well as the cabins, no pets are allowed. That pretty much covers the different sites all around the lake. And like I say, I will give you more information on, you know, what hookups you have there, what all they offer in upcoming videos. Now we're going to take a look at the trail map. On the trail maps, there are some of them that are hiking and biking, and there are a couple of them that are hiking only. Now I do know in some of the parks they have like a I don't know if you want to call it a rule or a guideline they go by, but on the trails that are acceptable both hiking and biking, they want the hikers to go counterclockwise and the bikers to go clockwise on these trails. I do believe this is a good safety, thing that they are doing, because if everybody's going the same direction and you have bike riders coming up behind you, you may not know they're behind you until they're right on top of you. And if you have out here on the trail and have children with you, that could cause a problem where there could be some kind of accident where someone could get hurt not knowing these bikes are passing you. So I think it's a good thing that they kind of set up this rule where the bikes go one way and the hikers go a different way. That way you'll see them coming at you rather than them coming up behind you. So keep that in mind when you are hiking trails. Now, not all parks have that rule, but I think it is a good rule they should abide by at all parks for a safety reason. There are about 13 miles of trails in this park, and we'll kind of start down here around the Blackjack campsite area, which will be a loop, which is 2.6 miles and is coded a red. And then you come on up to this upper side up here. This is B loop, and B loop is 3.1 miles, and it's a blue color trail up in here. Now I will tell you that they rate these trails easy, moderate, and challenging. And on the back side of this sheet, which we'll look at in a minute, it'll tell you which trails are easy, which trails are moderate, which trails are challenging. I do know that I have hiked the A-Loop trail, and it is going down hills, down into the ravine, and then you'll come back up the hill and maybe go down again. So it is a lot of winding back and forth throughout that trail. It is a nice trail. It is also a bike trail, and of course the day we were hiking that trail, I got maybe about a third of the way through it, and we kept meeting people coming at us, and it didn't dawn on me at the time until bikes came up from behind us, and I thought, we are going the wrong way. So pay attention on which way you go on the trails. And we didn't know that there was two entrances to this trail to where we could see that we were going the wrong way. So I think they could probably have that marked a little bit better if they were going by this use of the trail for the bikes and the hikers, to let you know where the entrance for the hikers were and where the entrance for the bikers. So that might be something they need to keep in mind to make it a little bit more known to the hikers out here which way they need to go. Same with the bikers. Anyways, on up on the upper side up here, I'll slide my camera around a little bit. This is the C Loop trail. It is 1.5 miles, and I believe that's more of a orange color from the looks of it. And then you go on over to the D Loop trail, which is 2.2 miles, and it looks like a purple color. I'll double check these colors when I go to the back side of the map, because it's a little better seeing what color trails they are. On over here, this is the Whispering Pines trail. This is a hiking trail only, so you don't have to worry about any bikes on it. I did hike this trail, and it is more of a, well, I can't say it's a challenging trail, but you have to be in a little better shape to hike this trail, because it is going up some hills, climbing up over some pretty high steps to get up, to the upper level. I mean, it's a beautiful trail as far as that goes, but I think that you have to be in a little bit of good shape to be able to hike this trail. Give a little bit more information on that when we go on to the back side. And then of course around the lake you have your Lakeshore Trail, and it is 2.1 mile. Now it is only a hiking trail as well. I can tell you, we hiked this trail the first day, And it says it's an easy trail, which pretty much it is, but there are spots where, the trail is kind of washed out from the rain, being that it's kind of on a hillside coming down, and you have to watch your footing. There are going to be some ruts, and you're going to have to navigate around a lot of the roots that are kind of growing on top of the ground, as well as rocks and trees, different areas. So keep that in mind when you're hiking that trail. Now we'll flip over and take a look at the back side here. That gives us a little bit better detail. Now on these maps, they will give you a lot of information on it. Some safety rules, some little things that you should keep in mind when you hike trails, like, know your limits. Be sure to wear, sunscreen, insect repellent, the proper clothing, proper shoes for hiking these trails, especially during the summer. Make sure you have water with you. That way, you don't get dehydrated while you're out there hiking the trails, especially on these trails that are very long. It gives you other, if you're riding a bike, be sure you wear a helmet for safety reasons, because some of these trails, they are challenging for bikers. So, you happen to lose control and, crash, you're somewhat protected. So keep that in mind. There are a lot of harmful plants and animals that live in the park. So a lot of these information boards at each one of the trails will give you some information there as well. Over here on the upper side, it basically gives you that layout of each of the trails, and how long they are, whether they're moderate, easy, or challenging, and then it gives you a little bit of information about the trails. The A-Loop Trail, which is the red trail, once again is 2.6 miles. It's moderate. The B-Loop Trail, which is the blue, is 3.1 miles, and it's moderate. The Blackjack Trail, which is hiking only, it's yellow, and it's 0.3 miles. The C-Loop Trail, which is an orange, it's 1.5 miles, and it's challenging. So that means you're going to have some challenges to hike that trail, so keep that in mind. D-Loop, which is a purple, is 2.2. It's also a challenging mile, or a challenging trail. So, I would say you probably have to be in a little bit better shape, or if you're like me, you're probably going to be taking several breaks along the route, but that's fine. I plan on traveling these trails, even though they are challenging. And I don't care if I only go a quarter mile and I got to stop for a few minutes to kind of get my breath and go on. That's what I'll do. The Easy Loop Trail, it's blue coated, or a light blue coated, and it's only 0.8 of a mile, and it's an easy trail. Your Lakeshore Trail, like I say, it's hiking only. It goes around the lake, and it's 2.1 miles. It's easy. But keep in mind, as I said just a little bit ago, there are spots that could be a little challenging for you. So watch your footing when you walk around that trail. That way you're not falling down the bank or off into the water or down in a small little washed out area. And then you got your Whispering Pines Trail, which is a hiking trail. I love this trail, even though it says it's moderate. I feel at some spots it's a little challenging for me, maybe not others, but it's 1 mile. These are beautiful trails to hike on. Take your time, enjoy the nature. Hopefully you'll get to see some of the wildlife that's out there walking around the trails, and enjoy the day out there with your family. The kids will get their exercise, maybe wear them down a little bit, where if you're camping out, maybe they won't be wound up and going all night long. You'll get a little bit of time to kind of enjoy while the kiddos are sleeping. So that's some information on the trails and the park layout. Now I do know, let me flip back over here to the other side again real quick. They do on each one of the maps over here on the side, they have like a list of the different things that are here in the park, and then they got like symbols for each of the thing, like you know, where your headquarters are, your parking areas, the restrooms, your hiking trails, the boat ramps, the swim area, the amphitheater, you know, where different places are. And then over here on your map, they'll show you those symbols, and you'll be able to locate or match where these areas are on the map. So that's always helpful with these maps. So I really recommend that when you enter into the park, you go ahead and grab maps on that. So let me kind of turn my camera back around here and restitch it way it is. I got it aimed all the way down so I could get that in. So I'll just shift it up here a little bit. I'm back in view. If you do not have a park pass, you can purchase that here at the headquarters when you check in, and I think it's beneficial to have one, because I know that if you go to a lot of the different parks throughout the year, you know, you have several people with you, rather than paying that park entry fee, whatever that price is. They're different at each park, because that can add up. You know, if you have the park pass, you will get in free. And also with the park pass, it does have some discount benefits. If you're purchasing anything from the park there at the store, or I believe it might even include if you're renting, you know, one of the kayaks or the boats, you get a discount there, as well as if you're, you know, camping out there. If you're there for more than one night, you get a discount, I believe, on the second night. I'm not sure about any other night after that, but I know you do get a discount on the second night there. I'm not sure on whether you get a discount if you purchase any of the firewood there at the park. That I will check on and see if I can't find out some more information there. But it is beneficial, I believe, to have a park pass, and it is good for all state parks in Texas. You can purchase that there at the headquarters, and it is $70 for the park pass, and you can get a second pass for another member of the family as long as they are living in the same household, and I believe it is $25 more. So that might be something you might be interested in and getting, so you'll have, because if you're coming in with several people in your vehicle, if they're in your vehicle and you have a park pass, everybody gets in free. So it is beneficial. So anyways, I think this will probably wrap up this kind of intro to the park, you know, on you know, a little bit of information about it, a little bit of history about it, and of course I'll have upcoming videos where we'll go to different areas and show you a little bit of what it looks like there, some of the things to do, as well as the campsites, being able to see, you know, if they look like maybe something that you would like to try to reserve to come camping in. See if the sites are level, if you're going to have to do a lot of work in leveling up your trailer, if you know, the areas you're setting up a tent, if they're level or on a slope, what all hookups that are available in these different areas. You know, it's going to be information like that, kind of help you know when you go to make reservations at these parks that we're going to be checking out, doing basically a review on. It'll help you out on deciding on, you know, what site you want to get without having to come to the park and look and see what site you know, you would like to try to get. So hopefully these videos will help you out there. Anyways, I hope you will enjoy our videos, and I probably already said it earlier in the video, if you're not a subscriber to my new channel now, hey, hit that subscribe button. You know, Hopefully, we'll get some fans that'll enjoy our videos. Hopefully, we're going to give them information that be beneficial to them, and you'll come back and check out our videos and enjoy them. Who knows? Maybe it might get you want to come out and spend a day with your family, just having a cookout, going swimming, take a boat out on the water, hike the trails, or maybe you'll come and spend a few days camping out. Either way, if I can get everybody to have a smile on their face and have fun, hey, I think I benefit from putting out my videos. Also, be sure to share with others. It'd be great to have other people come and enjoy our videos. And who knows, maybe you'll be at a park where we're at someday, and we'll meet each other. That would be kind of awesome. Also, if you've been to any parks, enjoy going out with nature, have a story to tell about, your trip going to a park. Hey, please leave us a comment. I think that would be awesome to get to hear other people's stories about, their adventures at a state park or going camping. Also, please smash that like button for me. That just kind of helps me know that, hey, people are watching my video, and I'm hoping that they are enjoying them. And it just helps me out. It lets me know that what I'm doing, I don't know, I guess you could say, is a good thing in a way. It's helping people out. It's giving people that, I don't know, kind of a feeling that, oh, we got to go to a park and check this out. This looks like this is awesome, something to do. Because I really do believe you will enjoy going to a state park. I know the kiddos will, especially if you're hiking a trail and you come across some wildlife, whether it's deer, armadillos, you might see some raccoons, they're going to be excited, let me tell you for sure. But anyways, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because there will be some videos coming out on these parks, and I'm not trying to do it all in one video, because if I did that, you might as well say it's a movie, and it probably would be a very long movie. So it's going to be kind of a series, of different areas, different things that we'll show information on, campsites, the trails, things to do. I think it's going to be very exciting. So smash that subscribe button, that notification bell, and when these episodes come out, hey, you'll get to see it firsthand. So let's just go ahead and get into this new park, the Tyler State Park. And if you haven't seen my other video, go check it out, Purtis Creek State Park. Now I will tell you, this is kind of new to me, and I just started out doing videos on going to these parks, so it's taken me a little bit of time to kind of get organized, which you will see in my videos, but I promise they will get better, a little more organized. Information will probably be a little bit better, so just kind of bear with me. They will get better. And hey, hope to see you out there on the trail or camping.